million hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the U.S., and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at...
Good afternoon, everyone. Lead meteorologist John Choquette here, and it is not, unfortunately, Derek today. He is a little busy, training some new people and everything, so no green pants, but I do have one of our hail trace hats on with the green. I obviously did not wear anything in preparation I wasn't expecting to do the video today, so still a green pants day for that 5-star map. However, if I guess half green hat day. Also shout out to our hats. So thanks to C3 Group and More Longer for sponsoring our videos. As always, you can check out both of their pages in the description below. And if you have any issues with the website, you're having some struggle, especially if you're in like Pennsylvania, you might not have been checking out Hail Trace in a while. Things are a little different. So I also fixed the comment section in there. Look at that. Cool. So when will the maps for yesterday be out? Everything's out. All the maps are out, guys. We sent the alerts probably pretty late last night, but all the maps, everything is up and available on our page. You can go ahead and you can also, if you want to set up a training with issues regarding the website, you can always give us a call. So of course, we'll go over the maps from yesterday. First one here is the 5-star map we made. This is a little different 5-star map than what we usually have. It's not just one mega swath. It's actually pretty much the whole state of Pennsylvania. And then, weirdly enough, we made a post about this last night. We were coming back from storm chasing. Staten Island, of all places. That is one of the boroughs of New York City. Had up to golf ball size hail. Biggest hail report they've had in the 5 boroughs of New York since 2011. So a lot in here. Whole state of Pennsylvania, parts of Delaware, Staten Island. Again, up to 4.5-inch hail. There was a monster hail yesterday in Pennsylvania, and that was one of the main reasons why we went with that 5-star rating. A lot of different areas all got hit. So when you put it all together, it looks like the state of Pennsylvania had probably their best hail day in years. Again, this isn't part of the country that doesn't see hail too often. I think this is the best series of storms since the Reading, Pennsylvania day of 2014. If any of you guys worked up in that area, that was probably the craziest storm of that year. So big time house count, 207,999 houses. And just some pictures here. Look at this, some crazy hail. This one, I like this one. This is a football field just coated with golf ball to baseball size hail. Another large hail in there as well. Some hail towards Scranton, Pennsylvania, hail in the suburbs of Pittsburgh, hail in Reading again, and hail scattered about through the remainder of the state. So we also have map yesterday that we're talking about. I counted 208,000, says Ron. Lawton, Piedmont, and Langston, Oklahoma. If you are watching our streams, we were actually streaming in El Reno, part of Piedmont, and then in Langston. Had up to some tennis ball size hail. We just narrowly missed the tennis balls when we were chasing thanks to some flooding in Oklahoma that set us back about 25-30 minutes, and about 28,960 homes impacted there. Here's a picture from the Lawton area, and then the remainder of these were in Piedmont and the Langston area, El Reno, etc. So a pretty good storm for Oklahoma as well. And again, this is all available. This is all available as it happens live. We try to send out as many alerts as we can. And just another note, I didn't make a graphic for it. Yesterday was the busiest hail day of 2019 so far, with over 250 hail reports, and we haven't even had that many hail reports in any single day last year. So it's been the first time since 2017 that we've had this many hail reports in a single day. So a very busy day. So what does today have in store? I know a lot of folks asking about the DFW area. If you haven't noticed, if you're down there, you got some rain right off to your west. So honestly, I think for Dallas, you got to pull off some kind of hat trick to get something crazy to happen here. Again, thankfully, a lot of the precipitation is moving off to the north and to the east a little bit. So we're seeing some storms trying to form all within the Dallas area. These little guys could have some pretty big hail, but I think the better chance for it is going to be further off to the east, where you're not going to have as close proximity to all these storms that are like happening by Mineral Wells right now. So all these little guys, any of those could go up, and they could drop up to some tennis ball size hail. But in Dallas itself, Dallas proper, Arlington, Fort Worth, you know, the whole drill, And I could see a couple storms. Maybe this storm can wrap itself up a little bit, drop some quarter to half dollar size hail, but for the most part, I would be kind of surprised if we saw big hail bigger than golf balls. Something would have to really be pulled out of nowhere real quick to get this to happen in the next couple of hours. So again, quarter, half dollar size hail, just a lot of convection. I mean, you guys are having the same problem ever since that big storm you guys had at the beginning of the year of just a lot of rain is kind of really hindering Dallas's chances a little bit. So that's what we're looking at for next coming soon. We will have a severe thunderstorm watch coming up in a little bit. I think, again, I think there will be big hail somewhere. I could be wrong. You know, do those hail dances and hope that this is part of that 50% of the time the weatherman's wrong, right? Or a big storm does happen. But again, Dallas, I wouldn't be surprised. Again, you see quarter, half dollar size hail, but anything bigger than that, I'm starting to kind of stretch. Okay, further to the east and north, don't worry, I'm getting there. I'm getting to Kentucky. I see it, Matthew. Matthew, we have a 10% for Shreveport and Little Rock. I think there'll be more isolated storms forming here. Could see, again, any of those storms, any isolated storms we could see up to tennis ball size hail. I think St. Louis, you're going to see storms just here south. Probably will see storms today, but I think it's not going to be in the hail producing variety, more of a wind threat, heavy rain threat. Further to the east, I'm not sold on Kentucky's threat. We have a lot of rain socked in from probably about Cincinnati down through about Louisville and everything. So the best chance we have would be maybe Louisville if you see a couple storms forming in Illinois and move towards you a little bit later. But again, I'm really hedging my bets more towards is going to be more rain-filled and less in the way of hail. However, if you're in Pennsylvania and then down further south towards the Washington, D.C. metro, things are looking very favorable for yet again another day of supercells that is unusual for this area of the country, and not so much for this time of year, but definitely for this area of country. We could see hail up to 2 inches diameter. I said that yesterday, and we had 4.5-inch hail. I don't think it looks quite as good as yesterday did, so I think the upper limits of 2-inch hail is a little more realistic. Yesterday, every storm just went up and immediately was dropping baseballs. It was something I kind of wish the Plains was having this year, but you know, what are you going to do? So 15% for Pittsburgh. I have 15% for D.C. And I put that probably about 10% for Philadelphia. I think the Atlantic Ocean is pretty chilly right now, so that's going to kill storms. And I also made the Staten Island storm crazy. Temperatures, the water temperature is like 60, and yet somehow that storm still blew up and went crazy. So here is the future radar first showing the Dallas area. Most recent model runs. You see the storms that form out ahead of this main line is what's going to cause any sort of really large hail. A line itself, maybe some quarters in it, but unless you get something to fire out in front of it in the next 2 hours, you're probably not going to see big hail in the Dallas area. Might see big hail off to the east, maybe like Longview, Tyler, that area could see some hail, but for the most part, we're going to see a squall line move through Dallas in the coming couple of hours. You move further to the north and to the east here, we see a lot of supercells. This is what probably everyone in Dallas is wanting to see here in Pennsylvania. It'll loop around again. You can see the string of supercells just going west to east, down into New Jersey, and even into Maryland, maybe some storms off to the west. And then you see here all this rain over by Louisville, Kentucky is probably going to keep a good chunk of Kentucky unless you're down south in the southern half of the state, really out of that hail risk. So that's all I got for you guys today. Tomorrow things wind down quite a bit. This has been a hell of a sequence. We're all pretty tired here at the Hail Palace. We got a lot of hail reports that we want to get to you guys, but obviously the storms take precedence, so what's happening now takes over what we're trying to do for past reports. We will get all that to you guys. Don't worry, it's going to quiet down tomorrow, and then on Friday, and I think things start to amp back up again once we move into the beginning of June. So follow us here on Facebook, hit see first. Do those hail dances, cross those fingers really hard. Try to blame me as much as possible, I guess, and maybe you'll see me back here later with some live coverage for hopefully Dallas, and if not, maybe Pennsylvania. We are not chasing today, so we'll be here on the green screen with any sort of live coverage. Yeah, hopefully I am wrong, Matt. I'm hoping I'm wrong too. Give us a call, 855-334-4245. Any comments, questions, or concerns you may have, put it in the comments section below, and you can email us at info@hailtrace.com, visit our website, hailtrace.com. If you want to find out more about what we have to offer, and follow us on Instagram. I actually was able to do some posts while we were chasing yesterday on Instagram, it's a little challenging. Lots going on when you're chasing. You've got to remember to do stuff. So follow us on Instagram. We continue to do posts like that during storms and events. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope that I come back later for some live coverage, maybe in the Dallas area, and if not, maybe in Pennsylvania or somewhere in the Northeast. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow at 12 p.m.